Hi guys, so I would start with my introduction over here. My name is Sanchal and I've been associated with big firms and on-site implementations in supply chain and manufacturing. So I've been working closely for supply chain management and manufacturing modules. So in my area of expertise, I would cover P2P cycle, procure to pay, and along with that, all the inventory transactions will be also covered. For example, mover transactions or inventory on hand, item master, and things like that. In P2P, we'll cover requisitions and RFQs and purchase order receipts till inventory. And after that, in O2C, we'll cover the order management cycle till the cash. I mean, order entry, booking order, and shipping execution, and ship confirm transactions like that. So over and all, we'll cover. You'll see all the transactions that are happening in from supply chain perspective. So starting from where the inventory transactions or how the material is procured or how a person is taking the material or what is the interaction with supplier with the company. So that is a very critical part, that how a firm decides to procure a material and how it is captured in Oracle, what all things or what are facilities that are available as a standard procedure in Oracle, and how exactly the client requirements are fulfilled on basis of those extensions which are available in Oracle R12. So that is a very critical part, covering the interaction with supplier, and then how the business process is mapped to Oracle, how exactly the business run in Oracle from perspective of inventory transactions. So for example, what is my inventory planning, what is how the inventory transactions, like moving a material, what are the statuses of a particular inventory that is available. So all these things will be covered, and after that we'll see that once we have finished good available in warehouse, how exactly that is shipped to a customer. So if you see that entire life cycle of a movement of inventory is covered, when I say that we cover P2P and O2C, this entire life cycle is covered, and entire movement of inventory is covered into this particular supply chain management module. So other than this, I would be very much interested to integrate your interaction with me in terms of how obviously Oracle is there, but the most prior fame of Oracle is with regard to the business users. So how exactly do we do that? I mean, Oracle is a standard product that is available and that is being used by so many companies across for supply chain management, and they have their own business process available. So we would see that for different business processes, or with different locations, or with different way the company function, how exactly they are able to use the same software or the same Oracle business suite. So that is the prior thing that we are going to see, starting from requirement gathering, that how do we document the requirements. I will share the documents with you, which will be very helpful in analyzing that how do we gather the requirement from a client, and then the next phase is how do we convert those requirements to the Oracle process, I mean the standard process. That is one part. Now there are certain extensions that are required, for example, in terms of customization. So how do we document or how we do a gap analysis? That is also one part of it. Next thing would be that how do we configure? Now, whenever we interact with a client, to put it in a confidence, we need to show some demonstration to them showing that how exactly Oracle is a fit for their business requirement. So that is something that we are going to cover, and how do we configure a client related business either using Oracle configurations, how exactly do we do it, what are the implications of those. So we're going to do that. And after that, how do we integrate the client into this entire ERP implementation? For example, UAT and user acceptance test, and how do we prepare test scripts, and all these kind of things needs to be taken care of as a functional supply chain management consultant. How do we do that? And moreover, we need to work towards how to make things easier for client. There will be a lot of requirements that will be coming in during the UAT phase, and how do we make comfortable, how do we use Oracle tweakings or tips and tricks, and how do we do that so that we can make their life easier. So that is one thing which we need to focus on. And after that, the data migration part, I will try to explain that what are the methodologies we use to migrate the data into the system. There will be a lot of data that needs to be migrated either during an upgrade or during a greenfield implementation. So all these things need to be, kept in mind. And after that, we would see that what all those things to be covered, or what are the things that needs to be considered when the project goes live. So from supply chain management, what you can expect is an end-to-end solution, because I have worked from end-to-end implementation cycle. So what are the challenges that we face during an implementation process? I'm going to share that with you business case wise, and we're going to have a discussion on that. So this is one part of the interaction that I'll be having with you guys. And other than that, we would be also discussing that after you learn all these, after you have an idea that how exactly do we execute an ERP project, and what are the inputs that we need to give as a functional consultant, then we would work on towards how exactly do we make ourselves as a suitable fit for working for the consultancy companies. Like what are the questions or what are the expectations from you after you guys become a consultant? Then what are the expectations, and how exactly these companies, because I have been associated with big four firms, and I know that the qualities that they would be looking forward when they pick people, and what all business scenarios they would ask you during interviews, or what do they see when they shortlist your resume. So all these things are very important. How exactly do you showcase yourself towards this multinational company, because they have their good relations with the client, and they are going to leverage your skills and your expertise towards their business. So that's a very important part for you when you exactly enter into this entire Oracle ERP business. So these are the things that we would actually achieve, and all the discussion and all these sessions will be more on basis of a real-time experience that I have faced, because I have faced all the major interviews, and I have been working with the clients, those who have very difficult scenarios available with them, and we were able to fit in to that. So we'll discuss about all this, and will cover more of, I will share a lot of documents with you guys, standard documents. For example, in my PPT you can see that there are, just as a demo I can show you that there's a screen for inventory, and there are already I have captured what are the one of the transactions that are available for move order. So how do we create a move order, and how exactly those transactions, what are the implications, and what is the different transaction types that do we use in a business scenario, and what is the structure of what do we, how the inventory structure is decided during the time of implementation, what are the inventory organizations available, operating units, sub-inventories, do we have lot number, or is it a lot controlled or not lot controlled, expense items. So excuse me. So we're gonna cover all these step-by-step process, not that that for every step I will have a screenshot and these documents which will be shared with you, so that you can later on recall everything what we have done into our entire session. And how do we allocate the material, how, so this is basically that material is issued when someone is creating a move order, or a requirement is given that a material is required, how exactly the warehouse person allocate these materials. So how do we go and check the on hand for every item, what is the on hand available, and how do we categorize different on hand on basis of either an inventory organization. As you can see that there is an organization structure, and then on the basis of status or on the basis of location we can track every inventory in an organization, that what exactly, what is the on hand lying in a particular sub-inventory or inventory as a whole. So this is the overall cycle that I would be covering for supply chain management as we discussed. And if anyone would have a specific query or something like that, so I would be really willing to answer. So remember guys that we're gonna focus moreover into how do you guys excel in terms of a consultancy into this field. So so entire learning is more of uh, equally application is important, but at the same time how do we integrate this with the business is the most critical part, because end of the day it's the client who's going to use this software, it's the client who's going to pay for it. So we need to know equally about the business, which is what I'm willing to share with you guys. At the same time, we would know what all the things and how do we handle those things in Oracle applications, and how do we satisfy the client. So that would be all from my side as of now. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sanchal. Basically, as you have already told that we are a group of real-time working professionals and we are not traditional training institute. So we are here to help out people, and we all are working for some companies, and we are working on real-time projects. And side by
Correct.
side we provide the trainings, and we provide handy documentation for the trainings. And as this each and every session will be recorded also, so whenever a candidate wants to practice on the application, this handy documentation and recorded sessions can be used. And because as part of this training we provide the application access for 1 year, that is the additional advantage of this training with us. And after each and every session, one can practice on the application. So this training is
Yeah.
basically the main motto of this training is to get you a job, and you will be ready for a job after that, and we guarantee that one will be able to crack down the interviews, one will be able to uh, work on projects independently, and not only during the training, even
Definitely.
candidates can get in touch with us post training, because we are not traditional training institute, so we are just a community. We can discuss various issues people facing while they are put on the projects. Okay, so overall
Definitely.
this training is
Definitely.
going to be like a real-time real-time project only. So we'll take the example of big player like Tata or Reliance or any other company, and based on that we'll build the structure of that company in the Oracle applications. We'll try to correlate real-time business scenarios with the features given in the application. So this is how it is going to be.
Yes, definitely.
So we'll help out the candidate in preparing their CV. We'll point out some questions related to interviews, because we are the part of interview panels in our companies. So those interview questions will also be pointed out during the trainings. This training is going to take 45 hours to complete. Every day we'll spend 1.5 hours, and before each and every class the documentation will be provided to the candidate, and during the session we'll uh, do the configuration or whatever transaction processing or whatever is required. Then after the classes, the application instance will be available for candidate to practice on, so that candidates can practice on that. So
Definitely.
after this training the candidate will be job ready, that is guarantee. So
Yeah.
this is all from our side. Any other specific questions can be answered via mail, or can be answered over phone if any. This is all from our side.